This is what we wanted to see from Australia. This was the kind of fight that we needed from them, and a brilliant victory to Australia there on day three of the third test played at Indore. Welcome back, everybody, to Boundary Line Podcast with me, Dillon Pink. Missing Sheldon today, but I'm pretty sure he won't mind that I'm doing it by myself today. But what a victory there for Australia. They deservedly so won this test. They played quite brilliantly all throughout, even though they got bundled out there on day two in that first hour of play. So, how did the day go today? Well, it wasn't the best start for Australia, but Ashwin, was so good today with the ball. Rohit Sharma didn't delay, just handed him the ball, and in the end, he picked up a wicket with the second ball there. Usman Khwaja nicking it, and KS Bharat taking a very good catch there in the end, and that put pressure on Australia straight away. But Travis Head and Manus Labuschagne ensured that India didn't go past that at all, and they played so well, adapted so well there, applied themselves, spent some time at the crease, and in the end, Travis Head just shifted gears there and made sure that the game got over quickly. Now let's talk about Travis Head here a bit because a lot was going on there and there was a lot of talk about him missing the first test and why he was not played. And he showed today why he had to be in that first test because things could have looked differently for Australia if he had played. In hindsight, we always think that, right? But Travis Head had an amazing last year for Australia, and rightly so. This game he played so well. 49 runs there of just 53 odd balls. I think that Manus Labuschagne, on the other hand, was looking a bit nervous there at start because he came out there immediately, third ball, wasn't expecting to come out so early, I guess, but he played so well and finished the match there for Australia. A famous victory for them. A lot can be said about the pitch that it played its part. Yes, India got bundled out for 109. Australia, after that, getting a lead of 88. And after that, India didn't apply themselves properly in that third innings there. They should have batted much more sensibly there. Some of the shot selection by the Indians were just not up to the mark there. Shubman Gill coming down the track first over after the lunch break and trying to hoik Nathan Lyon was just not the right thing to do at that moment. Virat Kohli didn't expect the ball to keep that low, but that wasn't the shot he should have played also, and in the end they paid the price, just getting a lead of only 75 there. And Australia, I thought, where overall, if you have a look at this test, the way they've played, it was quite brilliant. They feel it really well, and we discussed yesterday also in our podcast that those two catches there, I thought, by Usman Khwaja and one by Steve Smith to get Cheteshwar Pujara out was just absolutely brilliant. Usman Khwaja took a catch to get rid of Shreyas Iyer, just diving to his left there. And Steve Smith, I mean, this guy can do nothing wrong there. What a brilliant catch there by him, at leg slip to get rid of Cheteshwar Pujara. And that, I thought, turned the game in their favor, and they went into the dressing room feeling that yes, they could do that. But even though the target was just 76, a lot of us felt that the Australians could not have made this total, because we've seen in the last two test matches and the way they've played that they've gotten out very cheaply. Even in this test, in the first innings, the last six wickets fell for just 11 runs. In the last test in Delhi, the last six wickets fell for 20 runs. We were expecting, that the Australians could have fallen over like this even today, but Travis Head, I thought, just took the attack to Ashwin and Jadeja and didn't allow them to get into their rhythm. And he played some brilliant shots there. There was a small stage in today's game where I thought the momentum shifted in Australia's favor. It was when Ashwin went up to the umpire to get the ball changed, and they did. They got out another ball and they came out, and immediately it was like as if someone flipped a switch in Travis Head and he just went berserk on Ashwin. He just hit him for a four, and then he took a couple of runs there on the offside and then hoiked him straight down for a six. And that shifted the momentum in Australia's favor. And they started to look much more confident, much more relaxed there at the crease. And they didn't allow them to get into a rhythm. And you could see it in Ashwin's face. You could see it on Rohit Sharma's body language there, that they knew that this game was going to get done pretty quickly after that. And right enough, after that, the shots started flowing. They started getting the ones and twos much more easily and ensured that the game got over quickly. So what does this do to Australia now, and how do they go into the next test? Well, for sure, they're going to go into the next test match, which is going to be played at Ahmedabad. They're going to go in with a lot of confidence there, thinking that, yes, if you apply yourselves and if you stay at the crease much more longer, absorb the pressure, then you can get those totals, then you can make the runs. And we've seen that even in this match. Travis had showed it, Pujara showed it, Usman Khwaja showed it, that if you just stay at the crease a little longer, trust your defense and adapt, you can get the runs there. And I must say that once you look at the last two test matches in detail, and if you want to kind of pinpoint certain things there, Australia have only lost certain moments there when they had the game in hand, and that has resulted in their loss at Nagpur and Delhi. Because even today, they didn't allow India to go away with the game. And even in the last test, they had the game there in Delhi. They could have got that game, done and dusted there and there. But then India didn't allow them to go away with the game. So they had their moments in both the test matches, but they just didn't make it big. And the scoreline would have read differently. But like I said earlier, also before the test series could start, I said that Australia should win at least one game, and they can win one game, and they've done it here. So the next test match is going to be all but interesting, because I feel that the series is set up brilliantly. If Australia win in Ahmedabad, that will give them a lot of confidence, just saying that, that they've come to India, they've played so well, they go into the World Test Championship also, feeling good that they played well against India. Nathan Lyon, like we discussed yesterday, is just an absolute champion. The way he had bowled in this test match, he didn't do quite well at Nagpur, and some of us were, thinking that, yes, this may not be the Nathan Lyon like we've seen on the past two tours there that he'd come, but time and again, he's proven that why he's so good in this format of the game, why he's rated so highly as an off spinner. He doesn't get enough of credit, I feel, when the likes of Ashwin and Jadeja are there. But Nathan Lyon is an absolute champion to come and take 8 wickets in India and have that kind of a record against India is, I think, absolutely brilliant. Rightly adjudged their player of the match, Nathan Lyon, and Australia will be hoping he can do some more damage in the next test with going ahead. And I think this series needed this win for Australia, because it makes it a lot more interesting. You don't want to see a one-sided affair there and just India winning all games. But what does that do to the series then? It just becomes a bit boring, I feel. So it's good that Australia won, because you have to think that they had everything against them going into this test match. They had nothing right going for them. David Warner is out of the series. Pat Cummins goes back home. Ashton Agar has gone back home. No Josh Hazelwood, a lot of things going on there in that team. And even the pitch was not helping them, for all that they know. They must have been thinking, if the first two pitches were so bad, this was just the absolute worst pitch that they had ever seen. So to come out there with the backs against the wall, they played so well. And to trump India at home, I think this would mean a lot to them. And there was a small moment also in today's game where Ashwin was trying to play mind games with Manas there. He kind of shortened his run up and just trying to take 2 steps to bowl to Manas, and he wasn't ready. And the umpires had to come. Rohit Sharma came and spoke to him and kind of asked him, like, what's the issue? And then when he was ready, Ashwin goes back to his original run up, kind of just playing mind games there. But Ashwin, in for that first 8 to 9 overs, was asking the batsman a lot of questions. But after that ball change, I thought, the momentum shifted with Australia, and they just kind of looked a different team altogether. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It would mean a lot to us, so that we know that we are putting out the right kind of content there for our audience. Australia winning the third test at Indore quite comfortably there in the end, and ensuring that India don't kind of spook them last minute. They also do qualify for the World Test Championship there with this win, and the fourth test becomes all the more interesting, which is going to be played from the 9th of March. We'll have to wait and watch for that one, and do stay tuned to our channel for more updates. Thank you so much for watching.